Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Mayor's Gallery at Metro Hall, especially to our graduates and family. Thank you so much for being here this evening. For those who don't know me, my name is Amos Izerimana, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the Director for the Office for Immigrant Affairs. Thank you again for joining us for the completion ceremony of the 2025 class of the Global Louisville Leadership Academy, our second largest class so far. So we're very glad to have them. Before we get started, I want to recognize a few people and a few guests who are here with us this evening. First and foremost, our program manager, who has put so much work, hard work, dedication into this program and many of our other programs at the Office for Immigrant Affairs, Vivian Marin. I really want to recognize her. Thanks. I also want to thank our speakers who came to speak during this 8 months that we spent together. I see some representatives from the Office of the Jefferson County Circuit Court Clerk. I was good at, thank you for being here. I also want to recognize our alumni who are in the room. If you could please stand so we can recognize you. We have some alumni who are here, alumni of the program. Thank you so much. And then we also have Mayor Greenberg and Mrs. Rachel Greenberg. Thank you so much. So this year we have 25 participants who are completing the program, representing 16 countries, as you can see behind me with the flags, and 14 languages. And also this year, one of the things that we did, taking some feedback from our alumni, we extended the program from 6 months to 8 months to give them an opportunity to learn more about our local government, but also for them to learn more about each other and the work that they're doing in the community and how they can support each other. The program follows a series of introductions to government services and public services, public safety and the courts, and then at the end, they also have an opportunity to meet with some of our nonprofits, so they have an opportunity to learn how they can be more civically engaged in the community. So again, thank you to the family members who allowed, and the employers who allowed our participants to spend the last 8 months with us. We spent a full day each month together, and I know that it wasn't easy to be away from family and work during those times, but we really appreciate you taking the call to serve our community, to serve as connectors between our city and our international community. So we will celebrate you more, our class of 2025, but before we do that, I want to welcome our mayor, Mayor Craig Greenberg, to say a few words.
Isn't Amos amazing? Wonderful part of our team, and congratulations to you, to your entire family. I assume everyone knows Amos is a new father, and so he is juggling his professional responsibilities with being a new dad, and we're so happy, Amos, for you and your wife and your entire family. And welcome to everyone. It is great. Rachel and I really are happy to be with you here this evening. And whether you're new to Louisville or have lived here for years, I want to thank all of you for choosing to make Louisville your new home. Your presence here tonight speaks volumes about your commitment to civic engagement and to leadership. I deeply appreciate and respect your decision to complete the Global Louisville Leadership Academy. I get to work with one of the graduates of your academy every day. Brenda is one of our close colleagues in the office as well, and I know that she learned a lot from the experience. And I also know that this is not an easy program, as you just heard from Amos, the time commitment and more that it takes to be a part of it. It takes so much time, energy, and perseverance to show up every month, especially when you're already showing up every day for your business, for your organization, for your families, and your community. It takes patience and compassion to take what you've learned and interpret each resource and piece of information into another language. It takes time to guide someone with a limited level of English to navigate the city government, access resources, and get involved. I know that some of you are entrepreneurs, some are refugees, advocates, social workers, child care providers, educators. And all of you share several things in common, and one of them is that each of you is a leader. You lead with the desire to give back. You lead with a desire to uplift your communities, to help others use their voices, and to be a part of that change. You bring a passion for this city that we love to see, and a passion to learn from one another. And that's what makes this program so amazing. The knowledge that you've gained through the Global Louisville Leadership Academy will help you become even more informed and active members of our community. Your resilience, dedication, and unique perspectives strengthen and enrich the life of our entire city. And we need you. As a city, it's incredibly important that we have leaders who understand how to connect with others from different backgrounds. Look at our economy. We have visitors coming from all over the world. We have companies from countries all over the world that are choosing to invest in Louisville. I see some of the flags that are represented in this class and know that we're talking to business leaders right now from your home countries that represents companies who are looking to invest in our city. And we have an incredibly strong community of immigrant-owned businesses that make our neighborhoods richer, that make our city stronger. Students in Jefferson County Public Schools that speak over 120 languages. My wife, Rachel, started her career in Louisville as an English as a second language teacher in JCPS. And so we got an immersion over 20 years ago, working with people from around the world who made Louisville their home. And it's so wonderful now, 20 years later, to run into some of her former elementary students and seeing what they have done in our community, and now how Louisville truly is their home. And every year at World Fest, which we just celebrated last weekend, we bring tens of thousands of people together every day for 4 days. How many of you all were at World Fest this weekend? Well, I hope all of you had as a wonderful time as I did. I hope you ate a lot. I hope you were able to celebrate. We had a wonderful parade of cultures on Saturday morning, a wonderful naturalization ceremony where 101 new Americans from around the world who called Louisville home as well. It was a truly wonderful, uplifting, inspiring weekend where we set attendance records. I know our local vendors did amazingly well. It was a truly wonderful weekend that we're already looking forward to how we can improve and do even bigger and better things next year at World Fest. And that's just part of the momentum that we're seeing throughout our global community here in Louisville. And that's why when I became mayor, I established the Office for Immigrant Affairs under Amos's leadership. Vivian, and their colleagues are doing amazing work every day to work with you and other partners around the entire community. Together, we are committed more to do even more to serve our growing and important immigrant community. And this program is one of the ways that we continue that work. We live and work among thousands of people who have made incredible sacrifices to be here. And we know the type of journey that each of you is on. I'm a grandson of 2 immigrants who fled Nazi Germany. And I know that the journey that they took was challenging to get here. And that journey was an inspiration to me. Part of the reason that I decided to embark on this path of public service in my life. And I know that if they were able to overcome the challenges that they had on their journey to America, we certainly, all of us here in Louisville, can overcome the challenges that we deal with on a daily basis. And I know that each one of you overcame challenges on your journey here and since you've been here, and we want to continue to support you, and we want to thank each of you for making this commitment to service, to leadership in so many different ways in Louisville. So please, I know tonight is a graduation and a celebration, but please do not think about this as the end of any journey, but think about this as another beginning. Continue to connect through the Office of Immigrant Affairs with opportunities throughout our entire city. Reach out to me, reach out to your representatives, reach out to other elected officials to get involved. Get involved through boards and commissions that I appoint. Find other organizations that can benefit from your leadership, from your experience, from your knowledge. We are so excited for you all to get even more involved in our growing, in our vibrant, in our diverse, in our thriving Louisville community. Louisville's immigrant population is vast. It's beautiful. It's diverse. And it's an honor to call Louisville home with each and every one of you all. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you for this commitment. I'm so excited for what you all have ahead of you, and you guys keep moving forward with your leadership journey. And to end my remarks here, I'd love it. I can't stay for the whole ceremony. I'm very sorry. But I'd love it if all the graduates would join Rachel Amos and me on stage so we can share a selfie with the entire community to talk about this community. Come on up. Congratulations, and thank you very much. Do a we're gonna need how I got.
How? I don't know how.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, okay.
One more picture, guys. Here, right in front of you. All right. Great. Can we give one more hand for Mayor Greenberg, please? Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor and Rachel, for your leadership and for supporting our international population through this program and all the other events and programs that are put up by the Office for Immigrant Affairs. So up next, we're going to hear some presentations from the graduates. We have 4 groups that came together to create projects that they felt were most relevant and in need in our community. So we'll give them some time to come up and share with you all some of the work that they've been doing before we confer upon them their certificates of completion. All right. Up first, we have the group working on a Louisville Metro directory.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here on this lovely Friday evening to witness the milestone of the 11th cohort of the Global Leadership Academy. Now, I'm going to go around and introduce our teammates. Some of them cannot make it today, but we'll still go ahead and introduce them. So my name is Amber Ma.
Yasmin Martinez.
I'm Jose Bonilla. We got Luz Valdespino, Ann Miller, Rick Hernandez, Isaac Carey, Fatima Thompson, and Sangun Kim.
Thank you. Before I dive in, I just want to ask everybody a quick question. Raise your hand if you moved somewhere completely new in the last 5 years. Okay, I see a few hands. And when you arrived, how did you go about finding information about healthcare, schools, community activities, maybe even services like domestic violence support and immigrant and refugee resources? Chances are most of us probably would say Google, right? Or from a friend. We search, we collect, and we hope the right information come up. But there's always a challenge. Not everyone has equal access to reliable, accurate, or even language-friendly resources. For many residents in Louisville, especially those who speak one of the 104 different languages in our community, it's not that simple. That's why our group is working to create is working to create a streamlined multilingual directory that will live on the Louisville Metro website. This platform will make it easier for residents to quickly find the resources they need, while also helping nonprofits, associations, and businesses of all sizes.
The goal of the Louisville Metro Directory is simple. It will connect its residents to vital resources. It would also strengthen collaboration across all organizations across the Louisville Metro. And then it should also improve or increase community engagement. This will provide leaders with the insights that guide for better planning and resource allocation. Ultimately, we want to create a trusted, accessible space where people can find help when they need it most, and where services can provide, work together to create a greater impact and make it easily accessible more than anything. Some of the areas of focus that we had were education and family support. You can kind of see some of the organizations that are already in Louisville. So that includes the Family Scholar House, the Cabbage Patch Settlement, Family and Children Place. Sorry, I can't see that well. And then we also have child welfare, media and culture, and then healthcare and advocacy. And then you can kind of go through the list.
Okay, these are just some of the organizations that represent the Heart of Louisville Support Network. You'll notice we've grouped them into key areas: education, child welfare, healthcare, culture, and more. Because this directory isn't just about one sector, it's about the full picture of community. By bringing all these voices and resources together in one multilingual platform, we can make access easier for residents and collaboration stronger among all the providers.
So why is this directory important? It addresses community needs. Residents often struggle to find clear and reliable information. It will be a multilingual directory that would bridge the gaps with those who have limited English proficiency. Another one would be equity and inclusion. We have about 104 languages represented in the Louisville Metro, so this would ensure that everyone, regardless of their language, culture, or background, could have access to resources. Another reason would be collaboration. This would break down the silos between nonprofits, businesses, and associations, and encourages shared solutions instead of duplicated efforts so that everything's kind of just in one place. It would also create a stronger impact. Organizations can reach the people who they need to the most. Residents benefit from faster, easier connections to support.
And the last one is the future growth. It provides the leaders with the data and the insights for smarter planning. So it builds a stronger foundation for innovations and long-term community development. At the end of the day, it's all about equity and inclusion, making sure that all 104 language communities in Louisville can access resources, not just English speakers. But there are also some gaps that we have to address, such as the scattered information. Resources exist and they're spread across multiple sites, and we have to bring up the language barrier. Many services are not accessible in residents' primary languages, as well as awareness gaps, duplication of efforts, and limited data for planning.
So even though Louisville has strong nonprofits, associations, and businesses, right now resources are very scattered. A resident looking for help may have to visit multiple websites, make countless phone calls, and rely on word of mouth. Language barriers add another layer of difficulty, especially for immigrants and refugee communities. At the same time, organizations are often unaware of what others are offering, leading to duplicated efforts and missed opportunities to collaborate. And for city leaders, it's difficult to make informed decisions without a clear picture of who is being served and where the gaps still remain.
The Louisville Metro Directory would be more than just a website. It's a bridge connecting residents to resources, connecting organizations to each other, and connecting our city to its future. By addressing the gaps and promoting equity and strengthening collaboration, we can create a community where there is no one left searching in the dark for help. Together, we have the opportunity to build not just a directory, but a foundation for lasting impact, inclusion, and growth in the Louisville Metro. We also do want to say that this directory is already in existence, so we want to encourage everyone to please scan the QR code and register your organization or agency if you would think that it would benefit the community. Thank you so much.
All right. Another hand for that group. Thank you so much for your work. All right, I think our next group worked on the Louisville Metro Welcoming Guide. If I could have them come up. Welcoming Guide.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to be here today representing cohort 11 of the Global Leadership Academy. My name is Alexandra Cuellar, and I'd like to introduce my colleagues here who work in the project of the Welcome Guide with me.
Luis Suazo. Cedric Lengu.
Mohamed Kero.
We also have Whitney Jude, who couldn't make it today, but we also wanted to include her in the presentation. So for our final project, our group was given the task of choosing between updating existing community resources or recreating them in a way that would continue serving Louisville's international community. We chose to update the International Relocation Guide, a resource originally created to support newcomers as they begin their journey in the city, and we created what is called now the Welcome Guide. Our goal was to make this guide more accessible, practical, and user-friendly. Instead of leaving it as a long static document, we wanted to transform it into a Google site, which was the most friendly site we found with our resources, and almost like a mini website. This new version organizes key information in a clear and compact way, while also making it interactive. It now includes direct links to official websites, government services, and local resources, Google Maps integration to help users find locations instantly, YouTube videos for visual guidance, and a design that is both simple and multicultural, meant to serve not only Americans looking to understand the relocation process, but also immigrants and refugees who are new or newly relocated to Louisville. We wanted this guide to be more than just an information package. We wanted it to feel more like a welcoming hand, offering essential resources in a format that's easy to navigate and adaptable for the future. By centralizing what newcomers most often need, housing, healthcare, schools, jobs, transportation, safety, things to do, we created a resource that can truly smooth the transition into life in Louisville. It's also important to recognize that our group built on a strong foundation. The original guide was created with great care and vision, and we want to give full credit to its original authors and contributors, GLI and Live in Lou, founded by UPS. Our role was to update, simplify, and modernize the format so that it continues to serve effectively in today's digital world. Through this project, We practice collaboration, leadership, and cultural sensitivity. We also saw firsthand how global leadership begins at the local level by ensuring that every newcomer has the tools and knowledge to thrive in their new community. On behalf of my group and the entire cohort, we thank the Global Leadership Louisville Academy, our mentors, Vivian and Amos, who have done and will continue to do an amazing job, and the many community members and representatives from all Louisville Metro government departments who helped guide us. We hope this updated resource continues to support Louisville in being a truly welcoming city for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. A lot of great projects. Up next, I believe we have The Village, a group called The Village. You're next.
Hello and good evening. We are The Village. We are excited to explain our project to you today. We want to introduce the Village Project LACE. LACE, the definition of LACE is to give off a coherent light so that everyone can see it. So I hope that you can see why we named the project LACE by the end of this project. So I know we have talked about language, but I really want you to reflect on a time when I want you to reflect on a time when you were able to, do I need to take the mic? Okay. I just want to make sure, okay. And so to reflect on a time when you traveled to a foreign place, it could be outside of the United States, and you did not know the language, you didn't know the people. There were new colors, there were new smells, there was new soil. You just didn't know what to do. Even though you planned this trip, you're excited to be on this trip, or maybe you didn't plan this trip at all. Maybe you had to, unexpected circumstances occurred to where you had to be in this foreign place. How did that make you feel? Where did you think to go? Who did you think to ask for help? So we want to introduce the Project LACE to you. We do not want to reinvent the wheel. We just want to support what is already out there, such as our first group touched upon. They have built this beautiful multilingual website. We want to put this more in the hands of people and get it in their spaces throughout the whole Louisville Metro community.
Okay, so the village came up with Project LACE. The purpose of Project LACE is to enhance language access for immigrants and refugees throughout the Louisville region by increasing visibility and connectivity to essential resources. So we are the village. I am Lamini Golson. I will let everyone introduce them.
I am Natasha Cummins.
I am Leonard Bungura.
I am Kemi Owens.
I am Salamari Tamara.
Okay, cool. So LACE stands for Language Access Support in Bloom. So technology is not on our side, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. So the whole purpose of the LACE is to enhance the language access for immigrants and the immigrant community. So there will be an emblem that will be posted on different businesses, different agencies that will basically represent a safe place for immigrants to come to receive these resources, to eliminate barriers, and it will help identify the establishments that will provide that support to them.
Okay, so I keep it real with everybody. I can't see that. Even I have contacts in. So I'm going to read it from over here, okay? So basically, in reference to the scope, this pilot project will focus on partnering with community agencies that provide language access services such as Family Scholar House. I know a lot of y'all have heard of them. It's an exceptional organization in our community that works with single families and help them get connected to different resources as well as education. In regards to that, right, they provide language access services such as Family Scholar House to utilize the My Kentucky Info platform. So that actually exists now online that you can access and get connected to different resources. Creating a universal emblem to establishments to display. So you know where when you're out in the community and you see a sign that says like safe place, things of that nature, and it's an actual emblem as well, we want something that's much easier to embrace and people to get access to and see where they need to go when they need those resources or those connections, and there's some place that's not going to be hostile that they can come to safely and feel that they belong. Supporting digital connectivity, that is through a website and an app for multi-language accesses. So that's for the future references, actually having an app available so they know where to go exactly to get those resources and that community connection. See. Well, thank you, Vivian. Okay, so key partnerships. So like we mentioned before, in reference to Family Scholar House, we are going to promote more of the My Kentucky Info. A lot of people still don't know what that is or was not aware of it. So that is something that we want to enhance so they can know where they can go to get connected to the resources in the hub. Also connecting other partnerships with local businesses and community and organizations and encourage participation by displaying the emblem. So for me, I work right now with a company called LSS Holdings, and we hire so many people from all different walks of life. I think we would be honored to put something that in our space as well, so people know this is someplace where you can work no matter where you're from. So that's something that we'll be talking about as well within our organization once we get that implemented and that emblem available. Then Louisville Metro government as well and nonprofits collaborate to amplify the initiatives that are impacted. So that's the key partnerships that we're looking at focusing on. And the deliverables, basically, to share a little bit more about that. So the emblem design and distribution, symbol for language access and support, and community awareness campaign educate on language accessibility, as well as digital resource integration, promote My Kentucky Info for service access, then pilot the program assessment by evaluate impact and explore expansions such as create an emblem for the Commonwealth. So yes, the state of Kentucky is focused on where we're looking at right now is in Louisville, but then branching it out throughout the whole Commonwealth of Kentucky, because I think everyone, wherever you're at, wherever you're located, whichever county, whichever state or city, we want everybody to see and have the same accessibility that everyone else has here in Louisville, Kentucky as well.
So as we bring this home, as mentioned, the LACE project stands for Language Access Support Emblem. So this emblem has not been created, but we have created something of what it can look like. We want this emblem to be universal. We want this emblem to reflect all people and to be welcoming and a symbol of welcome and a symbol of inclusion. So this is to be placed on the windows and doors of businesses that would love to support immigrants and refugees and offer them resources for language access. So those can be libraries, those can be Louisville Metro buildings, that could be community partners such as nonprofit. And so, as mentioned, we do not want to reinvent the wheel. We're just here to enhance what's already there and shine the light, as in LACE, shine the light so that people can know where to go to get their needs met. So as a picture of what this can look like, this emblem can be on the window or a door of the building, and it can look like as what is seen on the PowerPoint. And when a person sees this emblem, they know immediately that they can go inside, receive resources to support their language needs, to support whatever needs they may have. They will walk out of that place knowing that they know next steps. And so the next steps right now is to, after this presentation, our group is going to meet with other community partners to see who would like to be involved and really promote collaboration within the community. And see how this may roll out and what this may look like. We want the buy-in of community partners because eventually they will own it. It will live with the Office of Immigrant Affairs, but they will own this emblem and really teach community members what this emblem is and how this emblem is to be used and recognized. So in conclusion, the goal is to promote accessibility, to promote community engagement, to have inclusion, to be a resource for those that are new to our community, and to feel welcome and supported as they transition into our community because they are part of our community, and we want them to feel welcome. So we are looking forward to connecting with community partners and seeing how this beautiful project can grow and who all wants to be a part of it. So thank you for hearing about Project LACE.
Another great project. Thank you guys so much. Our last group also created resources for new Americans.
I think it's not working. Okay. Now. Okay. Hello, my name is Angie Barrona, and together with my group, we decided to focus our project on resources available in the city. As immigrants, we recognize how important it is to understand what services exist so that newcomers can experience an easier and more supported transition. I have lived in the city since 27, and my adaptation process was not easy. At that time, there were fewer immigrants and very limited resources for immigrants. This personal experience is why, as a social worker, I am deeply committed to helping other immigrants find a smoother and more accessible path to setting into the community. Through this project, we hope to raise awareness of these resources and highlight the importance of ensuring that every immigrant has the opportunity to feel welcome, supported, and empowered in our city. Our group members, Naina Flores, Tatiana Correa, Rach Mo, we all represent Voices Unseen.
Hi, my name is Tatiana Correa, and how you saw in the other groups, other resources are for refugees that are legal, right? But what happened with the people that is not legal, that doesn't have papers or are undocumented? So our team is exploring at the resources available to immigrants and undocumented people in Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville has a diverse immigrant community, but many face problems getting healthcare, education, jobs, legal help. In this presentation, we will talk about the organizations and programs that support them and share some of the challenges they still face. So our goals, first, is to highlight the important resources in Louisville that offer legal, healthcare, education, and social support to immigrants and undocumented individuals. Second, to raise awareness about the barriers our target face and share ways that social workers and community members can help them access services. How we did this? First, we recognize that Louisville has diversity community with many needs are not being met. Then we decide to concentrate on resources for immigrants and undocumented people in the city. We look for local organizations that offer help and support for them. Next, we review the main barriers people face, like language problems, high costs, fears of deportation, and lack of information for them. We group the resources in four main areas: legal help, healthcare education, and community supports. All these resources are completing the first directory that you saw. Finally, we highlight both the helpful resources available and the barriers that still exist. So the key points that I want to share with you is
According to the Louisville Metro Office of Immigrants Affairs, the current immigrants population living in Jefferson County on 2023 were approximately 79,465 immigrants, not counting the 2 last years that we have a lot of people coming in. That amount to about 6.2% of the county's total population. In 2023, immigrants made up 18.1% of the labor forces in Jefferson County. And JCPS counts 154 different languages spoken by students. So these are some of the resources. They have the telephone, the email, the website, and the address in the directory. So some are American immigrants, Americana, American immigration lawyers, ACLU, Legal Aid Society, Kentucky Bar Association, and Access Justice Legal Clinic. Healthcare, Family Community Clinic, Family Health Center, Park Duval at Newburgh. And for cancer support is Gilda's Club, Shirley's Way, and Hope's Scarves. For mental health is the Pitt Foundation, National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, Youth Helpline, and 7 counties. And for community support, there's more than this list. La Casita Center, Americana Community Center, they took care. Sister Visitor Center, Goodwill Opportunity Center, Louisville Free Public Library, Coalition for the Homeless, Wayside Christian Mission, Human Trafficking Hotline, the Center of Women and Families, Cheverly Area Ministries, Highlands Community Ministries. And for education is Adelante Hispanic Achievers, Backside Learning Center, JCPS Office of Multilingual Learners, JCPS Adult Education, and Goodwill Opportunity Center. So our conclusion is, as members of the community, our responsibility is to help connect people to service and speak up for fairness and inclusion. By working with local groups and leaders, we can help make Louisville a city where immigrants feel welcome, support, and strong. Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much. I think Vivian has, go ahead. I think we have one more group. Isaac, are you representing your group?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols observed. Our group had a specific purpose. We don't have a fancy PowerPoint presentation because what we're going to talk about will precipitate our minds and bring our attention to what is prevailing in our community and what is going on that we see every day and we witness every day. An earlier group, if not the first group, talked about how organizations are striving in our communities here in the city, helping immigrants and the entire community members. We have a side to it. Our mandate was to look at the businesses run and operated by immigrant members of the community. I have my wonderful friend here, Ricky, our lady Ann Miller, also part of the group, Mr. Lim, I don't know whether you are here. He is also part of the group, and some other wonderful members. I would like to share some statistics with you. immigrants coming from their home office, their home countries, their home backgrounds, migrated to an unknown land where we call America, specifically here in Louisville, Kentucky. But it's very intriguing to know that immigrants are nearly 46% more likely to start up businesses and operate them by themselves. And they do so more better than the US-born residents. In 2018, immigrants paid $465.8 million in federal taxes, $236 million in state and local taxes, and held over $1 billion in spending power. If you are talking about this group spending over $1 billion in spending power, then they can never be override or swept under the carpet. In terms of industries, food processing industries, when we look at those who run the shows on all the food trucks, all those who run the neighborhood marts and shops, when we look at all those who do the home care services, when we look at all those who do the child care services, when we look at all those who do the IT vending and supply services, these are majority immigrant people running the show. What about job placement? Most of the job placement or the working capital or manpower constitute about 65% immigrants. And these are numbers whooping enough to impact our community and the economic stability of our city. When we look at institutions like Louisville Rise, earlier on we saw a group launch the LACE. When we look at Louisville Rise, which is RISE, standing for Refugees and Immigrants Succeeding in Entrepreneurship, this is an establishment or an entity providing mentorship, capital access, and networks within the community for their members. Statewide, immigrant entrepreneurs account for about 5% of all entrepreneurs in the country. Yes, though within these 5%, they carry the majority shareholder in terms of spending capital that injects into the economy. Talk about the Zuckerbergs, talk about the Teslas. All these guys are immigrants. And if you want to break it into a smaller constituent, you realize that somebody somewhere is from somewhere that we all got to this place. And we can override that fact. So when we want to tag a group of people, fine, we can say the last 30 years or 3 decades, everybody who entered is first known to be an immigrant. But when we want to date back, we realize that everybody came from somewhere and we all got to this place. So we are basically a first, third, second generation immigrant. No doubts about that. And my good friend here is an expert in construction business, and he can attest that 12.3% of the construction businesses are run and operated by immigrants. Now, we all saw what happened in the country a couple of months ago when immigration staff started coming up and they have to quit whatever they were doing. Prices of real estate started, skyrocketing and shooting high. Supplies became stagnant, no going, no coming. These are the impacts that we're talking about that immigrants contribute to the stability of our economic ongoings. Now, generating about $350 million in business income, employing about 35,000 people in the city. This is enormous numbers that immigrants contribute. Wrapping up, let's look at the broader economic impact immigrants place on our community. In terms of cultural and civic revitalization, they try to hold sensitization programs, they try to hold syndicate programs that will precipitate the thoughts and civic engagement and responsibilities among themselves for the betterment of our communities. In terms of community leadership, we have a lot of immigrants holding sensitive positions, contributing their intellectual capacity for the betterment of our city. Wrapping it up, immigrant entrepreneurship in Louisville are cultural ambassadors. Wherever they find themselves and they set up to do business, They are demonstrating their origin. They are also demonstrating their collaboration. They are also demonstrating their engagement, irrespective of where they come from. They contribute tax, job creators, agents of community, revitalization, and expanded mentorship, language access as already enumerated by earlier speakers, and financing every project that is on the block. Thank you very much for your attention.
Can we give one more hand to all the groups for their incredible projects? So we had two groups working on the directory. The last group worked on immigrant-owned businesses, and the first group worked on the various organizations that are in our community. And as you heard, most of these projects are still in progress, and so look out for the final products and deliverables that they will be sharing out throughout the community. So now the time that you all have been waiting for, we get to celebrate you for completing this program. And as the mayor mentioned earlier, this is your call to not only see this as the end of this program, but the beginning of a new journey where you get to be a connector as part of our alumni. As part of this class, you all make now 185 alumni who have gone through this program. So my call to you all is to connect with each other beyond this program, connect with the alumni who are here tonight and who will be joining us at the reception afterwards, and also at our alumni reunion, which we do every year in December. So I hope to see you there. So I'm going to now ask Vivian to help me out as we hand out the certificates before we go to the reception across the street at the World Affairs Council. All right, so we're going to start with Selamawit Amare. Jose Bonilla. Leonard Bungura. Tatiana Correa. Alexandra, sorry, I messed up your last name. Alexandra Cuellar, thank you. Natasha Cummings. Okay. All right. And we'll take more pictures at the end too, so. Lamonique Olson. Lakshman Raj Gimkala. Rick Hernandez. Mubarak Issa. Isaac Kakri. Mohammed Kero. Sangun Kim. Cedric Lungu. Amber Ma. Yasmin Martinez. Raj Mug. Raj here is not here. Kemi Owens. Luis Suazo. Fatima Thompson. All right, last but not least, Angie Verona. All right, congratulations, class of 2025 of the Global Louisville Leadership Academy. As I mentioned, again, continue to work on those projects. We look forward to seeing the final products. And also, please be sure to tell your friends and family about this program. Our applications will be opening in November 1st, and we'll be closing the second week of January. So if you know somebody who would benefit from the resources and the connections that you made through this program, please let them know to apply for next year's class. As I mentioned earlier, again, we will head over across the street for our evening reception. Vivian, do you have anything you want to add?
I always let Amos do the talking. He's much better at it than me. But I just wanted to tell the alumni now that I am very, very proud of meeting each one of you. And thank you so much for all your contributions. I am going to miss you, and we're going to miss you. So please don't be a stranger. Anytime that you need any support, know that we're here for you. We always tell you that. And it's just been a pleasure learning from you, truly. Thank you so much.
All right, that concludes our program, and we hope to see you all at the reception. Thank you.